Today we focus on 2K17 defensive settings part number 2, so please watch part 1 if you haven't since it's related. But yes, I'm gonna show you how to use settings today to stop elite pick and roll players. So we'll be using settings and also your user on ball defense to shut down pick and rolls all day long. And yep, make sure to watch part 1, which is tutorial number 5. You can click on the link above and below and just go to number 5 and you can learn the settings in part 1. And yes, sub for over 100 2K17 tutorials and also sub so you can play with me in my part. So, the player we'll be using to defend today, it's gonna be none other than CJ McCollum from the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, he is an elite pick and roll player because he's the kind of guy that can do it all, right? He can pull up for the free, he can pull up for the mid-range, he can beat you on the drive and dunk it, and he can also pass out of pick and rolls. So, first things first, for the settings, you want to set it to, so I just want you to focus on the on-ball screen and hedge, and also the on-ball screen and hedge for center. We'll be studying these in detail today. So for CJ, you want to set it to over and soft hedge. This is because the center's partner he has is a Plumlee and a Sealy. So for on-ball screen with center, you want over and soft hedge. And now, you also want the same thing for screens from other players. You see the on-ball screen and the hedge setting that doesn't have the bracket center next to it? Well, that simply means that that's the screen defensive scheme you're gonna run for other players who is not a center. And since Portland doesn't really have an elite stretch 4 or 3, so you don't really have to worry about anything else. So you're just gonna go over and soft hedge again for on-ball screen and hedge without the center. So you must be wondering, why over and soft hedge? Well, let's do a basic ball screen defensive study right now. I'm gonna break down for you what the other hedge and screen defenses look like, and you will see why they will be wrong for someone like an elite pick and roll player like CJ McCollum. So you can see here is hard hedge and over during the screen. As you can see, I go over the screen myself with Courtney Lee, and Joakim Noah just shows really hard. He hedges all the way out to contain CJ. But this is a bad idea because CJ has nice handles and good passing. You can see that cross by CJ, which creates the passing lane to the roller. And pay attention to AI Noah here. Look at him. He looks completely lost. So I want you to remember this because this is a very important thing I will show you again and again throughout this tutorial. So just remember this. But yep, we're dead because this row is absolutely wide open. That looks ugly. Alright, and here's another hard hedge fail. You can see again versus a skilled and bigger passer like Evan Turner. I go under with Melo here, which makes sense. Joakim is on the hard hedge setting again, and you can see he overcommits, which shows the roll, which is fine, but same thing. Look at Joakim again. Once again, the AI Joakim is lost. He has no idea where he's going or who he needs to defend. So Cornelie had to come down and stop the roll on Mason Plumlee because of Joakim being lost on the hard hedge. This opens up the corner wide open for CJ McCollum, and this is a switch ball all day. So the issue is that you can go over on non-shooters and under on pool ones yourself on ball. That's totally fine. But if you're doing that, you need to set, the hedge defense and leave that to the AI. Now the problem is hard hedge, the AI can't do it right. It's awkward. You can see Noah here as the AI hedge defender on hard hedge is lost each time. So make sure you avoid this setting for now and don't do it. But here you can see over and soft hedge locking up CJ McCollum. So watch, I go over myself as Courtney Lee. So I switch to Courtney Lee on ball. This means Joakim as the AI, he's gonna soft hedge this time, not hard hedge. So I fight like hell to go over the screen, and Joakim is showing as if it's a hard hedge, it looks like it, but see, watch! He recovers right away because it's actually a soft hedge. And you can see Noah in this instance, he's much more aware of his job. He will show and then recover on the big, and he pins McCollum enough so McCollum has to step back, which gives me enough time to recover out of the screen on my over. Pins McCollum, shut him down, isolation defense, lock up family, lock up. Here it is again. CJ McCollum uses the screen. I go over myself on ball. Kristaps is also on the soft hedge setting. As you watch, he just looks at McCollum and he backs right up, very aware of his positioning for an AI defender, and they run another screen. So this is back-to-back pick and roll. And you can see again, this time I have to go under, so there's not enough time because there's a second one. But look at Kristaps' soft hedge. It is perfect. He shows, recovers, slows down CJ enough. I can kind of come back, bother his shot. Another great defensive position. Now this is tough stuff, family, so make sure you practice, because sometimes, even if you do it right, they're just gonna splash that all over your face, because this is Hall of Fame. So it takes practice, but it does work. Watch, shut down, pin, isolation defense, challenge the shot, wreck city. Here's again, go over one, shut it down. Beautiful stuff by the AI going soft hedge with you. Now, so make sure you combine this over and soft hedge versus elite pick and roll players with tutorial number 5, part 1, because you're gonna need the isolation defense. You see at the end, they ran 2 pick and rolls, now they go into ISO, and this is great ISO defense by me with Justin Holiday on Lillard, but Hall of Fame, swish, no mercy. But I heard him though, so that's good. Take that, Damian Lillard. Sorry, Portland fans. So here's a subscriber special. There's a little Sam Fam uncut for you guys. So yes, defense is super tough, but as you can see from this tutorial, over and soft hedge works great against elite ball handlers as long as you do the on ball yourself, because your AI defenders does this so well. Now I do have the rest of the settings complete. I just gotta show it to you guys in parts, because all together it doesn't make sense. I want you to see part 1, see part 2, and then work on them part by part on your own. So now you can go try out the over and soft hedge against elite pick and roll ball handlers, and I will also throughout the course of the year show you different defensive pick and roll schemes on certain styles of players. So you can't defend every pick and roll player the same, and defending one pick and roll player a certain way will require you to defend another a different way, because it's a team defensive thing, right? So just practice this first. It is gorgeous with the soft hedge this year. As always, family, thanks for coming by. I'll see all of you next time.